Yo, 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 what's up? Today we're going to be watching
What's
Soldier
poppin', y'all?
Boy
So
is back crashing out again. Let's see who's crashing out on now. It's crazy. Soldier Boy needs to chill. Hold up. Turn up my brightness. Should I just turn the camera around like that? Yeah. But we're back with Soldier Boy crashing out. And we got a reaction with this today, so we're gonna be watching Soldier Boy. What is he doing? What is he doing?
Soulja Boy is back to crashing out again on social media, and this time it's perfectly in conjunction with a new album that he's releasing. So the first thing that he said was swag season July 28th. Never let someone try me like I'm Drake. And I don't know who he was talking about because we don't even know who's beefing with Soulja Boy right now. It feels like everybody's either cool with Soulja Boy or they just let Soulja Boy say whatever about them and then not take it serious. He's gotten to the point where I wouldn't call him a lol cow of hip hop, but nobody's taking him seriously. And then he says, F Blueface, we gonna wipe that boy nose as soon as he get out of jail 100. You disappointed me at Drake, doing all them weak songs with them guys. Look where it got you. None of them guys you collab with or took on tour had your back. This is somewhat of a decent point he made, but what did he expect people to do? All these guys
Did he expect Drake to reply back? Did Drake reply back? I don't know. We'll see.
that Drake took on tour. Did Soulja Boy expect them to hop out and say, yo, we're messing with Drake, screw Kendrick Lamar? Nah. I don't think they betrayed Drake necessarily, but they just didn't stick their neck out. And was Drake gonna stick their neck out when they had beef with someone else? Nah, Drake's not sending himself in someone else's beef just because they're cool. So this is I'm trying to make thoughts of this, and I'm trying to make connections where Soulja Boy is probably just trying to promote something. And he's also throwing his birthday party on July 28th.
He is.
Think Soulja Boy is also involved in some crypto now. Not entirely sure. But yeah, this is very odd set of events. And I think this is only the beginning. We're going to need to see a video soon of Soulja Boy. We might get a Soulja Boy Blueface from Instagram Live conversation again. They'll probably get Blueface a phone in there, considering the fact that Blueface, I'm saying Soulja Boy instead of Blueface. Or I'm saying, yeah. So Blueface is in jail right now. He's supposed to get out sometime during the summer. They were saying before summer. Whack 100 was saying before summer. But Soulja Boy's Blueface, these guys are so interchangeable. Blueface is still locked up in there. We don't know when he's going to get out, but thank God he's been keeping the streets quiet. The internet streets I'm talking about, these digital streets. The funny thing is that even with all this attempt at trying to gain some attention, which I said Soulja Boy is one of the few people in the rap game that if he wants attention at any point in his career, he can just snap his fingers and he will get it. Now, does this translate to music sales whatsoever? Absolutely not. In no capacity does it ever translate to music sales. If you were just to take a look at the last successful singles that Soulja Boy had, Rick and Morty and what's the other one? She Make It Clap. Those songs weren't because Soulja Boy was beefing with somebody. Those songs weren't because Soulja Boy was pretending or pushing forward that he's a gangster, whatever the case may be. Those songs were because it went viral of Soulja Boy having fun. The Rick and Morty one was
Yeah, the Rick and Morty was. I've never really heard the song, but I think I saw the stream where he's just dancing to it, and it's a pretty decent song. I mean, I don't really listen to Soulja Boy, so I can't really, you know.
freestyle. He was just having fun and everyone was posting it. And the She Make It Clap is the same thing. It went viral for the song. Now, Soulja Boy albums, that's a different story because no matter how much attention Soulja Boy gets, his album is most likely going to do roughly 40 copies first week. You're probably like, 40 copies? No way. You don't believe me? Take a look at Soulja Boy's last album, Swag 6, right? You want me to do some math for you guys? I'll actually mess around and do some math for you guys. So if we take the streams currently, and this album dropped in February, the total streams for this album, so we're going to add up the first 9 songs. And this guy's got 20 songs. This is crazy. We're going to add up the second set of songs, and we're going to do a calculation and see the sales to date, estimated sales to date, of Soulja Boy's past album. All right, guys, we're back, and we got our grand total. So the grand total on Spotify for Soulja Boy's Swag 6 album that was released on February 2nd, 2004, that's over 5 months ago. Take a guess. 478,382 streams on the whole album. This is just on Spotify. I'm going to be generous and bump it up to 1 million. Like, we'll add Apple Music in, we'll add the other platforms. Very, very generous. If we are to do the calculations for album equivalent streams, that means in 5 months, Soulja Boy sold about 600 copies of this album. 666, actually, if you go through 1 million. So he sold about 666. This is 1,500 streams for an album. So you just do a million divided by 1,500, and you get the amount of sales, I believe. Unless my math is off, then I'm very, very embarrassed. But it shouldn't be. Should not be. So there we go. So what do you think Soulja Boy's going to do first week? It's like 50, 60 copies, maybe 100 copies. And back in February, was Soulja Boy popping? I don't know. And this is the thing, too. I don't know why Soulja Boy still drops albums. Sure, there is some, you could call it wisdom, in dropping a lot. There's a higher likelihood something takes off the more music you drop, especially if you're trying to get better. Although that really isn't the case with Soulja Boy. It's almost like his music continuously gets worse. But it would be better if he dropped at least singles. Soulja Boy makes sense for a single. When was the last time? What's the last Soulja Boy album you could even name? The last Soulja Boy album I can even think of was, maybe, it was probably one of the King Souljas. Honestly, if we're being real, you can't remember probably a Soulja Boy project 3. After the DeAndre Way. Or maybe I, Soulja Boy, Tell Him. Like, if somebody asked me to name, I would probably name I, Soulja Boy, Tell Him. Maybe a mixtape or two. I just named that one. Like King Soul. There was one mixtape that I actually enjoyed. What was it called? I think it was it Swag 6? Soulja, man, he has so many. This guy's probably had over 50 to 75 projects. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember
at least he's putting out that music.
You can't tell the whole point is, album Soulja Boy is not a thing. Soulja Boy's a singles man, but he's going to keep dropping these albums, and I guess respect to the work ethic, even though it's blind work ethic, you're doing the same thing and it's not getting any results, and maybe tweak it a little bit. You dropped a couple singles, they went crazy. Funny thing is that some people are going to come out and say, man, I don't like beefing Soulja Boy. I just like when he focuses on what? What does he focus on? I'm not going to lie. I love beefing Soulja Boy. Granted, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want it to escalate too far. But beefing Soulja Boy is what we're here for. Are you going to tell me, nah, man, I just want to pay attention to that new music that Soulja Boy's got coming? Said nobody ever. No, we're interested in Soulja Boy entertaining us. And part of that is beefing. Usually it's playful beefing, and there are times, especially with Ye and his ex-wife and things, where we're looking at Soulja Boy, yo, what are you doing? There was a more recent case, too. I think he went in on somebody that we all looked at him like, dog, this is disgusting levels of insensitivity. And I think Soulja Boy gets carried away. I don't know if he'd be on the drugs or anything like that, but he's lived in his own world since 16 years old. Perhaps that's stunted his growth. Although, maybe I don't think that's the case, because there are other rappers that blew up later that, while they don't do as many attention-seeking antics as Soulja Boy, they're still considered relatively immature by other people. Not me necessarily. So yeah, I want Soulja Boy to get back into the BS. I'm glad Soulja Boy... Drake, that's one of the funniest Soulja Boy eras we've had. So for him to make fun of Drake, him to go on an IG Live and make fun of Drake, man, that's icing on the cake. That would be funny. He could go in on Kendrick Lamar too. That would be funny too. Before people say, man, you just want him to keep dragging this whole Drake thing. Nah, I want Soulja Boy to keep dragging the entertainment that he gives us. And if he drops a single, we may listen to it. But that album, respectfully, Soulja Boy, that is not getting listened to. That's not getting any plays. July 28th, that is a date I will mark to not listen to that album. And that's with all due respect. I haven't listened to the past 15 albums, so I don't plan on listening to this one. I will, however, listen to any Poppin' You songs you may have. And that means singles. So I'm going to wait for y'all to get it lit before I hop on and try it out. You gotta let I don't want to call it test dummies because
I mean,
that sounds a bit dehumanizing and disrespectful. Is guinea pigs any better? Let's call them first responders, right? That's a bit better of a PR term. I'll let the first responders to Soulja Boy's music go check it out, report back, yo, this song is hot. Well, okay, let's check that out. Let's throw that for a spin. Hey, Soulja Boy, excited to see he's back in the game. Excited to see what he has in store. The Blueface Soulja Boy saga, hopefully that does not come to an end anytime soon. We need that restarted. Just this should end in a boxing match. Not gonna lie, that would be.
I think Blueface would win.
But the unfortunate aspect of that is
I don't know though.
I don't know. He's talking about we're gonna wipe our nose with Blueface. Blueface will wipe the floor with Soulja Boy when it comes to boxing. Not only is he like 6'3", the guy's also in shape. He's been in jail. He's probably getting in shape in jail since he was in shape outside. I don't see Blueface as the type to get fat in jail, but who knows? Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about the situation. I could talk about a couple of other things, but I want to wrap it up and just wait to see how this unfolds. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.
All right, what do you guys think? My thoughts on this. Yeah, I feel like it's good for his career. Like, I mean, this is what he's been doing for years, so don't stop. But all right, thank you guys for watching. This has been Yam, or whatever you guys want to call me. I'll see you later.